What's up, y'all? I'm Dre Moore from More Than a Dad. For y'all guys out there that's trying to get y'all beards looking right, I came across some new products from Grizzle Teddy Company. I got two beard oils right here, two different scents. One a blue scent, one a original scent. They both smell amazing. They come in these little cool baby-proof bottles so you could get them. You know what I'm saying? We more than a dad, so this is effective. Keep your kids out your beard oil. He also got combs, two different sizes. The wide tooth, got the thin tooth, so we don't discriminate against the little beards. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's beard can't be like mine. So all my dads out there, I'm gonna need y'all to go support Grizzle Teddy Company. Groom your heart, groom your body, groom your beard. Stay well. Check out Grizzle Teddy Company beard oil.
More than a more than a
Welcome to More Than a Dad podcast. I'm your host, Lumo. I'm joined by the coolest guy on earth, Dre Moore.
What's good, y'all?
Oh man, we gonna shout out Laurel Merlin.
Laurel, Maryland.
You know what I mean?
Sound like a good place to fish. They fish out there?
I don't know, but we can slide. Got a fast five for you, bro. We gonna play our version of Start Bench and Cut with music.
All right, what you got?
We gonna call it signed, featured, or shelf.
All right, that's a bet.
All right. I know you're not really like the R&B dude, but I figured I'd throw them in here. Let's do SZA, Summer Walker, and Her.
This is brutal. I'm at this. I'm at the Sign Summer. Feature SZA. I'm at the Shelf Her.
You go shelf.
I know it's crazy, but I'm at the Shelf Her.
All right, next one. Sign shelf and sign feature shelf. Let's do DMX, Jay-Z, and Jadakiss.
I had the Sign Hove. I'm at the Feature X. I love Kiss, but he gotta get Shelf. For them, he gotta get Shelf.
Damn.
He top 5 DOA, but he gotta get Shelf.
All right, let's do some younger guys. Moneybag Yo, The Baby, 21 Savage.
I'm gonna have to sign the Baby probably. He bigger. He when he was at his height, he on fire. Feature 21 Shelf Moneybag. I love Moneybag though.
That's crazy.
He had one of my favorite. A Gangster's Pain probably one of my favorite albums of that year. But in that album, yeah, I'm at the Shelf Moneybag.
All right, Gucci Mane, Jeezy, Yo Gotti.
Signed Jeezy, feature Gucci, Shelf Gotti.
Damn.
Yeah, Gotti gotta go.
Rod Wave, Roddy Rich, or Lil Durk.
Signed Dirk, feature Roddy, Shelf Rod Wave.
Oh damn. You the music connoisseur. I guess we taking your job.
I mean, cause Dirk is Dirk, and Roddy, when he doing his thing, he is elite. I mean, Rod probably the least of them three.
All right.
So, my man, how's that like, dog?
This
Put you on the spot.
More than a dad life, huh?
That's a fact.
I guess lately, you know, I've been putting together all the toys.
Right.
They had
At
so
the
many
holidays.
so many toys from the holidays and stuff, man. And I just been putting together things, open up like almost a new toy every day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel, man. But one thing I will say that I continue to notice in my parenting is like it's okay to like want to raise your kids different than you was raised.
Right, absolutely.
You feel me? And like I think I had a hard time with that. Like you said something one show, like we just resort back to what we were taught.
Right.
And that's just our experience in it. You know what I mean? It's not that's not like it's the right or only way to do things. So for example, like my wife feel like, you know, she wants to teach the kids to like be able to express themselves and not be like muted or like, you know, but in the black household that's like, oh, you talking back.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. So like where's this line that like they're not talking back and you know, disrespecting you, but they feel comfortable expressing like, hey mommy, that made me upset when you did this.
Right.
So which is interesting because it was none of that in my house. Like as an example, you know what I mean? Like any form of letting your parents know how you felt at the wrong time was
Backlash. He was gonna catch a lot of backlash for that.
yeah. So it's just interesting to get like that side of it today. It's like, oh, it's okay to do that, even though if I'm sitting around my aunties and they see us doing that, they might give us these eyes. But you know, they not parent of these kids. We are.
Yeah, it's a fact because like you give kids a little bit more rope than like what we got, just so like we could kind of be on more so be on the same page. I wouldn't say put us on the same level, but be on the same page because you kind of have a better understanding versus like running it like a dictatorship. But in the real world though, which is funny though, like you know how like you catch all that backlash from like your mom and all of this talking back. Like your kids don't like get like grandparents don't be like that, yo.
Right.
Like so like I don't know if it's just like an age thing or like maybe they've adapted to times a little bit more, but like my kids get away with stuff with my mom that I'd be like, man, you'd have never let me get away with that.
That's a fact, man.
Like so I guess what I'm trying to say is like we are all still learning. Like we're all still navigating it. So like that worked for them and like this worked for us.
Like we was getting them ready for daycare and she my wife had told Manny to do something and he said to her, don't worry about me, something like that. And like, you know, I started to like in my head started to bark on him. In my head I'm just like, I'm about to get on him.
Right.
But in reality was he was already doing what she had asked. Like he was already going to do what she was going to say. Like so she was like, hey man, he tried to put his shoes on, he was already grabbing the shoes.
Right.
But in his head, like he don't have enough phrases to like say like, all right, I got you, mommy, or something. Like it was like, don't worry about me. And it was like this playful thing. But as dad in the other room hearing it, like, yo, what did he just say?
Yeah, because it's that lip. You know what I'm saying? Like it be like they catch you off guard with the little like it's just little statements that they make and he don't even know. That's the thing. He don't even know like that's something like you probably even shouldn't like say. He just like, oh, I'm talking.
Or he be like applying what we teaching him against us. So it's like, worry about yourself, mommy.
Right. Yeah.
Because sometimes you might be handling Osa and he be giving you commentary and all
you
this.
like where he, right.
Yeah,
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like he don't even know like that might be deemed as disrespect. Like he don't even know like, yo, you could take that in a disrespectful way. Like he might have like had you like tipped on him, he might have been confused.
Right.
Like, yo, what you on?
I'm not trying to tip on nothing the whole 2023, bro.
Nah, that's a fact.
How dad life for you, bro?
Dad life is cool. Lil Drake just got suspended from school.
How you said it all nice.
He got suspended from school because he never really got suspended before. So like this is like a teachable moment here. So like this is like he basically got in between a situation between two kids that was arguing. Somebody that was arguing with his friend, he jumped in between the situation. Then him and the kid started arguing, and then he escalated the situation, and then him and the kid got into a fight. So the whole thing, like, and it's funny because like this is the first time that I wouldn't say it's the first time, but it's like the first super noticeable time that like something happened in his life that I've been trying to tell him about that has actually gotten him in trouble in the real world. And that's like, I guess it's like I said, it's a teachable moment. So it's like it's good because it's like all the time in the house, like Ashton would be bothering him, and I'd be like, yo, you gotta ignore him. Yo, mind your business. Or like, yo, you are my business. Yo, like just focus on yourself and you'll be all right. I tell him this all the time. Like, yo, just stay where you at. Focus on yourself. Mind your business. Do what you're supposed to do. And in this moment, not minding your business
got you suspended.
Got you into a fight and suspended. And the kid, your friend that you was jumping in his business, he didn't even get suspended or in trouble. And this is what I tell him all the time. Yo, mind your business. Like, focus on you. And it was just like, I don't know if hopefully now it clicks for him. Because now, because like that's really where I was getting at. It's a lot of times in life that we teach our kids things, or you've even been taught things by your parents. Like they be trying to tell you all these things, and you just be like, "That's my parent. They just talking, whatever, whatever." You don't really brush it off, but it's like they just talking. You have no application for these things. And then when you get out here in the real world and you actually have to apply it, it's like the light bulb go off. Like, oh, that's what they meant. Like
Right.
doing this was gonna get me into this. Because a lot of times when we just lecture our kids, it's just conversation for them. Like that's just a lecture. Like I'm trying to teach you something, but you hearing it, but it's like that's my dad just talking.
Right.
Now you really can apply it to a life situation. Like, look, this will happen when you don't mind your business. You don't mind your business, you get snuffed. Now you get suspended. But yeah, but it's cool though.
Well, I'm happy he got that lesson, bro.
Absolutely,
Let's get into some of this stuff we came here to do today.
facts.
So I had wrote this down. Like it's amazing how like as fathers or as people we strive to like be somebody,
Right.
and you strive to do all these great things. You maybe provide and stuff, and like your kid could grow up and just think what you do is not cool, or you just not a cool parent, or
Absolutely.
and then you could be a person that's like struggling or like kind of teetering the bum side, and your kid think you the best person in the world. You all they know. You know, it's like
Right.
you like the greatest human ever. And like my thing, you know, my point of bringing that up to you is like, have you ever looked at it like that before? Like,
No, I don't even know if they even for real, and that's really like what it is when it comes to children. They they only know and judge you off of like what you do to them
right,
and for them. So like you could be this great person in the world, like I'm the man out here in the world, but they gonna judge you off of like what you do for them. Like they don't even know or care to know like what you mean to society.
right,
Like they don't even like what they understand what you mean to them, and vice versa. Like you could be like a slime ball out here, like a complete bum, but if you like good to your kids, they're gonna be like, oh, like he thorough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll bypass all that. Like, oh, that's my dad. He looked out. This is what it was. Like you could be a whole noodle in,
You know,
society.
you know, it speaks to like what unconditional love really is.
Fact.
Like they born
Absolutely.
feeling like that about you.
Right.
Like you didn't even like do anything for real to even earn that unconditional love that way.
Right.
You feel me? And I was just thinking about, you know, we praise all these people in entertainment, and you know they billionaires or they millionaires, and they did all these great things, and then you have all these in-house problems surfacing. You know, we talked about
Right.
50 Cent before. You got not that long ago was Master P and Romeo. You get all these things, they start surfacing on how these, no matter how we look at them in society, yo, Master P was him in hip hop.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, Jay is him in hip hop, or, you know, beyond hip hop now. But like, you know, these people are like prominent figures. Imagine as a man, you feel like you arrived, you know, you taking it to that, you know, whatever level. And then in the house, your kid is just like, dang, you do everything for everybody else. But, you know, like,
Right.
I miss you 9 months of the year. Or,
Absolutely.
and you in your head, you be like, that's my sacrifice. Like, that's, you know, I'm doing something. It's like, your kid may not value what you're doing. They would
Yeah.
probably trade all of that to have you there. You know
Right.
what I mean?
It depends on and it, you know, and it's different per person. Like it depends on what the kid actually values and what the kid is looking for. Like if the kid don't care that you hear it out and you just spend money and send checks, then like, oh yeah, my dad did all that. He paid, you know what I'm saying, X, Y, and Z, and they was cool. But if you was looking for the time and your time wasn't available, then you know it's gonna be a stain on you. Like you kinda really gotta, as a parent, you kinda gotta learn your kids and try to cater to their needs as best as you can, along with how it aligns with what you're trying to do in the grand scheme of things. Because like you don't want to go out here and you build this empire, like even like us, more than a dad, we putting this together, we building all of these great things, but it take time away from your family and all of that, take time away from your kids. We don't want to go out here and build this whole great empire and then it's like I lost my kids in the process
Right.
of doing that.
But a lot of, and you know, I just feel like, you know, especially being like a man and a lot of us owning like the provider rule, like you're faced with this reality that like to provide, a lot of us can't be at home and be providing.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then like a man always need a project or something like pour himself in. And guys do that and end up kind of like biting them in the ass because like your kid feel neglected or I would trade these things to have you here and sometimes I just feel like they say it's no manual to parenting, but sometimes we really be in a case by case of like you kind of damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you hear every day and it's cool, but we can't afford, you look away. If you
Absolutely.
can afford and you never there, or you pay for me to play football, but you never came to a game, it's like you get kind of
Right.
like and this kind of leads me into our next topic about us trying to take control of that narrative right there, being away too much or not being able to afford. NBA star Jason
Right.
Tatum from the Boston Celtics. He missed a game. They get paid per game in them contracts that we see on TV. He
Right.
missed a game for his son's 5th birthday. And I felt like what I was seeing out there was like probably like 60-40 who supported him, and then other people was just like, yo, they never seen that done before.
Right.
Somebody miss work technically to be at home with
At that level.
at that level,
Right.
at the professional basketball level, NBA
Right.
level,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
missing a game. Imagine if you was in football, it's only 16, 17 games or whatever, right?
Right.
And you missed a game for your kid, right? But I just wanted to get your thoughts on it, like how you feel about him being an MVP candidate and missing a
I
game
feel like it showed where like what's important to him. It
Right.
showed what really matter. And like he's one of them ones that like his son with him all the time. Like I don't know if you like be
Yeah.
watching, but like when he be doing the sideline interviews after the game and like his son right there. So like he's just as much as an integral part of his life as basketball is. And it's for one, it's in the middle of the season. Like it's one game. But like his son only gonna turn 5 one time. And it's like how you spoke to like when you wasn't there to like see Manny first steps and stuff like that. Like you only get to see his first steps once. He's only gonna turn 5 once. Like these things are only gonna happen one time, but I'm play a lot of basketball games.
Right.
Like it ain't like this the championship game and now I'm really in like a dilemma. I'm here, like to him it's another day and it just shows, like where his heart lies. And at the end of the day, he human. So like, and what's important to him is like he's out there playing a game for fans and for us, but most importantly, like he's doing it for his family. Like a lot of these dudes is doing these things because this is how they provide for their family. So what does it mean? Like back to what I was saying. What does it mean if I lose my family in the process of trying to do this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's very interesting to me because, like, we get caught chasing the bag and like we lose our priorities a little bit,
Right.
because a lot of our role is based on finances, financially contributing. But I love to see it. I'm proud of him for doing that or taking that stance. I don't, I guess either the organization had to deal with it or they supported
They
him.
gotta listen. I
But-
ain't coming today.
I ain't coming today, right?
Boss, I ain't coming.
But to me, it's like we taking control of a lot of narratives.
Absolutely.
There was a wave of like everybody being entrepreneurs because they got tired of like having to ask their boss to take off if their kid is sick, and now you're seeing it trickling into professional basketball, taking control of their narrative. Like I'll take the one game, I don't get paid for that one game because I'm going to be here.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So like whether you want to punish me for it or not, like
Plus,
this
he's him, bro. and that's another thing. Like when you him, you could do that.
oh, you saying if he was like the 15th man on the
If he
bench?
like the 15 man, they might have cut him. Like yo, you can't show up. Your son got a man. They'd have cut him.
Dang, I ain't even think of it like
Yeah,
that.
bro. Let you be low man on the totem pole and you try to put. He's him, bro.
Right.
What they gonna say to JT? You can't play next game. Y'all gonna lose 2 in a row. What y'all? You know what I'm
Listen,
saying? What they go? He's him, and when you're him, and that's just like you said, like we control the narrative. They gotta respect. You gotta respect that.
Right.
So this is what I'm on.
A lot of that is bleeding into our society, like with that big push of everybody being entrepreneurs. Everybody's trying to be more available to like enjoy their life, be available for family, and now you're seeing it bleed into like like I said, sports on TV.
Right, absolutely.
People leaving corporate to do different things. People really want their life back. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Instagram, like these little voiceovers of, the retirement is 67, the average age of death is 78. So you telling me
You're gonna work.
I'm gonna work damn near 70 years to live for 8 to 10 years and go die? Like, so nobody's with that structure of society no more. Nobody's with this like even like I'm gonna just keep it real. I don't plan to like. I would like to retire at 50 or earlier.
Right, that's a fact.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just
absolutely.
whatever pops for me to make that happen. That's where I'm kind of at. I'm probably not gonna be working until I'm 70 because all they're gonna do is keep inching it up, and we just
Right.
live this life of just working. Especially if y'all say we only live one time.
Hey, listen, we only do any of this one time, man.
If we only live one time, I can't afford to be 40 something years in the workforce.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? But turn the page to something a little bit more graphic. So I was on social media and I found this video. A lot of people were reacting to it. So there was a mother live on TikTok, and she was disciplining her daughter, who's like, I want to say like probably middle school age, and she was disciplining her for trying to be pretty and cute more than being focused on her education.
Right.
And then this video took a wicked turn, wicked turn for the worse, when she began to cut that little girl's natural hair off on camera live on TikTok.
I seen that, John.
That's crazy, bro. If you was pops, if you was the dad, how do you handle that situation?
I like you trying to get us canceled, gang. Yeah. I'm probably gonna lose my mind. Like, why would you even do that to that girl like that? She probably growing the hair her whole life, and like some things in life is a conversation, yo. It's a conversation, and on top of it, even if you have the conversation with her and she don't heed your words, like your education is more important than being pretty, then you just let her crash out. Like what you gonna do? Like if I give you all the tools, right? Just like what they say, I could take you to the water, I can't make you fish.
Right.
I could give you all the tools, I could give you all the game. It's like how I said on here, like, yo, you gotta love your kids if they do crack. You don't anticipate them doing crack. I gave you the play, I gave you everything, and you decided that this is what you was going to do. So if I put you in these environments, I provide you with a good education, I provide you with a solid foundation, I'm clothing you, providing you shelter, food over your head, everything. You know what overrides after all of that? Self-will.
Right.
So like I could tell you till I'm blue in the face, being smart is more important than being pretty. It don't mean that you're guaranteed to care about it. And because you don't care about it, I cannot now go traumatize you, yo.
Right.
I cannot cut your hair off on camera for the world to see. And it's all millions of people seen this. Not only did you embarrass me in the house, I'm gonna be embarrassed when I go to school in front of my peers. You embarrassed me to the world. Then had a nerve to record the video after it, talking to her like, you know why you did this, I did this and all this. Like it was giving,
double downing on it.
Bro, it was giving like, it was giving like some type of like, I can't even, like, you know what it looked like to me? Like, it looked like how like people hold like prisoners of war, bro.
She was waterboarding her?
Yo, it was like crazy. It was like, she was just had to sit there and like nod in agreement and like while the camera dead in her face. Like it was really like, people holding you at gunpoint and saying like, yo, make this statement to the world. It was nuts, bro. It's insane.
My thing is like, if we go to court over custody or something, how you gonna tell the millions of people that seen this video now that it did not happen? That it did not happen. The audacity for her to put the little girl back on camera, since she was getting backlash for it.
That was the crazy part.
Like, are we that desperate to be like viral famous? Like, what was the point of even? First of all, I don't want you to do it at all. But what would be the point of like putting it on video?
Yeah, that was the part that got me to going back for more.
Like the audacity to come back and double down on it. To double down on it, like, yo, she's okay. This is how I'm disciplining my kids. Kind of like mind your business.
Yeah, because it got to be, because
it's our business now. You put it on live.
Everybody want to be seen, bro. Like you know how it is in this day and age. Everybody has to be seen, and It's sickening, bro.
You know,
It's
my
sickening.
thing is
It's
like the
sickening.
traumas that our kids like get from us, like the ones that we can control, like we gotta kind of try to control them.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? It's you know, it's too many of the unnecessary ones, the you know, things that just happen. But the ones we control, like that's hurt. That's mom's behavior tripping.
Yeah, that's
It's too extreme, and to me, it's just too extreme. Like you said, a lot of times your kids get a little bit bigger. You gotta try to talk to them or let them bump their heads themselves. That's like really your
yeah.
only two options. Cause you know, you pretty soon you get to a point where she gonna be your size. You gonna be fist fighting your kid.
Right, bro. That's all we can do is provide you with the foundation. I can't promise that you're gonna go do the right thing with the tools. How many times do we see people come from good households and be bad people?
Right.
Like sometimes you just gonna do what you want to do. You could be raised in a household with the same individuals your whole life, and all three of y'all could be different and do different things and go different ways. Like it's just you can't. Somebody's self will, you can't control that. Like people want to play God. Like that's really what it is. That's just like when God put homie in the well. What was that? Jonah put him in the well
Right.
and made him submit. Like you want to play God, you can't play God. That's not real, bro. That's not a thing.
Bro, don't be pulling stuff out the Bible, bro.
You know, my mind work like that, bro.
Oh my God, not Dre pulling out the Bible, Jakes.
I mean, listen, the Bible is for to teach you lessons. That's what it was here. My mom used to have us in church every Sunday. Bible study and all that. We don't talk about it now, no.
Oh man, let's get into one last thing before we get out of here, man. Just off the cuff, man. Like, I was just thinking, like, do fatherhood actually come easier to some people than others, or is it like more natural to certain people, or do you think like people are just maybe lazy, or like
People lazy.
people lazy?
People lazy, for sure.
It's not a oh he's a natural pop, he's a natural dad.
No.
That's not. There's no such thing as just being a natural dad.
You might have more natural fatherly instincts,
Right.
but the actual like ability to put in the work, we all got the ability to put in the work. Like it might. I don't think anything in the realm because fatherhood is such a parent, not even just fatherhood. Parenting is just such a job thing. Like it's not like yo that person's a natural athlete. Like you're not born a parent. Like you might be born with athletic gifts. I can run fast. I can jump high. I'm tall. I'm strong. That's genetics. Genetically, you aren't born a good pop or a bad pop. That's not like determined in the gene pool.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing. So like we all got to put in the work. Now, what you choose to put your work in is on you. If you choose to work at being a good dad, then like that's on you. Like I could speak from experience. Like I come from a place of being okay dad, probably just doing what I do to get by, to being a dad that's super hands-on with everything, and I'm tapped into everything that involved my kid. But that took work. I wasn't born into that. I still had a lot of growing up to do. I was childish. I was immature. I was still trying to figure out my life, and in the process of trying to figure out my life, other things had to take a back burner.
Right.
Now, being older, my balance is a lot better where I know like, all right, I got to take care of these things, but the kids need this, and I got to do like it's just the balance is better. But that was work. That wasn't just born like yo he came out a good pop. Like as soon as you come out the womb, like yeah, good pop. No, bro, that's not like a natural thing. That's work. It's what you willing to work at, and that's lazy, for sure.
I mean, you know, like I would say I grew up liking kids. You know what I mean? Like I like kids. I worked with kids for a long time. And I had a dope pop. But like the will to like make sure I'm awesome for them every day is definitely a choice.
It's a job, bro.
And I go to sleep exhausted every day from doing that
Yeah,
making that choice.
bro, it's a job, gang. You can listen, man. It's people that live in houses together that don't have no semblance of teamwork, don't do nothing together, don't. Only the moms go to the parent or go to the school and go to the parent teacher conferences and all of these things, and be in the crib every day, just on the couch chilling. Don't do none of that. Like it's a job, bro. Like you gotta be willing to put in the work and sacrifice and put in the effort to do that. You gonna be tired. Like you know what I'm saying.
And it's crazy because you know like prior to starting the show, like people was looking at me kind of like as a dad influencer almost, like, you know, like all these pictures with your dad, you know, with the kids, you know, teaching the kids, and I made it look fun. I guess
Made it look easy.
I made it look easy. You know what I mean?
Nothing
I
easy,
made it
bro.
look easy, and it's like, no, it's a commitment, it's a choice.
Absolutely.
Me
yeah.
doing a lot of dad stuff stopped me from having energy to do a lot of other things, bro. Like,
That's a
it's,
fact.
you know what I mean? And it trumps everything. You know what I mean? Even getting here today. Like, it was hard to get here today because of, you know, stuff with the family and the kids. So,
Nah, that's real.
no, I just wanted to ask you that, man. What else? You got anything else for them?
Negative. Tune in. Go back. Check out our old episodes. Support. Share. Do all of that. Take us to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Help us help y'all. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
we're going to give it right back.
We want to definitely thank everybody who has been supporting us, and let's take it to the next level. You know, let's be a little bit more intentional this year. That's my word for the year, is like intentional. So
Absolutely.
I want to ask, like, can you guys make sure you are subscribed to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify? Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube.
Right.
Let's run these numbers up. Let's get the show to where it needs to be.
That's a fact.
You know, if you're not following us on socials, you know, follow us on everything. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us, man. Like, I'm trying to run all the numbers up. I'm trying to have the biggest dad platform in this country, for real.
That's real.
I said it here. More Than a Dad.
We out.
We out. Join the More Than a Dad family by following us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to join our Facebook group for daily questions, motivation, dad jokes, and new dad tips. If you enjoy our podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Be sure to like, comment, and share our content with other parents. Last but not least, make sure you check out our new merch. The link is in the bio of our Instagram, as well as the description of this YouTube video. We are truly grateful, and thanks for supporting More Than a Dad.
More than a dot, more than a dot.